2.5 years ago, before surgery, I went to Canada to play the Grieg, and I had the feeling that I was going to be one of the last ones, one of the last live concerts, surgery or not. And I remember walking out to play. I had never even thought twice about that. That's 4/5, 4/5, 4/5. That was a huge deal. So so I'm doing 3/4, 2/3 with all kinds of funny stuff, and I knew that this wasn't going to work. And then a month ago, I played it again. First time I played the Grieg since surgery, and I walked out, and anybody in the audience wouldn't have known why I had a smile playing that, without having had the knowledge that it could have gone beyond a certain point. I could just say that I got to the point where there were no options. So surgery was the only way of trying to get back what I had, because I had lost everything. I had a 12th with a stretch, 12th. You don't need a 12th, so I had comfortably an 11th. 10ths were fine. I've lost maybe 2% of my total stretch of the 11th. But before surgery, I had lost the octave. And, 10ths, there were always, I just like the ability, there's a lot of opening of Rachmaninoff. It's nice to just to not even think twice about a 10th. And my right hand had lost even the feel of an octave, let alone the 10th. So then I was rationalizing, well, there are a lot of smaller people out there who play the piano very well. They deal with it. And I thought, no, I don't want to deal with it. I have a nice big hand. I want my big hand back. So I took advantage of the post-surgery condition to learn a piece I'd never had time to do, the impossibly difficult Brahms setting of the Bach chaconne, violin chaconne, that he set for left hand alone. And my first reaction was, this is the hardest thing I've ever seen. My left hand had been completely unused by then to being in the spotlight without the right hand to cover it. So I made the best of those 2 or 3 weeks when I wasn't really allowed to even touch my right hand. The piece got better, the left hand got better. And when I put the right hand back with it, I thought, this is maybe a little better than it was before all this chaos. Well, there's so many facets of piano playing that in a way I wouldn't advise this to anyone as a route, but in a way have been opened up because of all this, because I'm rethinking. I had so much, with Carol Johnson's guidance of what my hand was doing and all the motions that were going through therapy, I was looking at my hand in ways that were almost beneath my dignity before, because I thought, well, I've got this technique and let's get to the music. And now I was watching, how is my 5th finger? What's that? That's not sounding, why? Well, of course, the 4th finger is on that note. It's not prepared over that note. And I had just the nuts and bolts of looking at my hand again. And in a way, finding things that I'd taken for granted. Schubert makes me cry a lot. Mozart touches me for its sheer perfection, its minimalism in the need for notes to express the complete feeling and thought. A lot of Beethoven moves me. I feel that in another life I might have been Brahms, because whenever I play Brahms, it just feels, with any other composer, I think it's not the right sound. There's something wrong with the voicing. There's something, and I may be just off my rocker, but when I play Brahms, it feels, and we're going back to hands now, it feels like the music was written for my hands, and there's no other way to do it. It's just the right sound. And I don't even spend time on the things in Brahms's music that I do in others, because it seems to be me. Actually, the irony is that this happened to me because one of the things that I feel I've helped many young people with is showing them how to relax while they play, so they don't build in any problems, any future medical emergencies. If it hurts, stop practicing. Pain, no pain, it doesn't mean no gain. It's just stop. If you're in pain, stop. And I always prided myself on being extremely loose in my playing. I mean, tension when necessary, but loosening up at proper moments. And then this thing came along and just upset the whole, the line of reason through it all. I would advise anybody who has any doubts about his or her medical situation vis-a-vis hands, which are quite important to how we feel about playing our instrument, I wouldn't hesitate a second in getting the best possible advice in how to proceed, and then totally trusting the person. I'm eternally grateful, and if I stop playing tomorrow, I've had an extra year and a half of joy. I've been coming back to pieces that I thought were gone forever, and I used to take it rather for granted. Now I kind of smile when I play them. It's not that I'm playing them extraordinarily well necessarily, but I'm back with them, and I need that every day, and I'm very happy with that.